Find your people.
It's the Deep for the Week talk show. Are you ready to talk? Let's get deep for the week.
Hey. It is me again. It is your host, Holly. I want to thank Holly. Thank you for joining us on the Deep for the Week show. I've been gone a while, so I'm rusty and I'm dusty. So I'm going to be probably like blah, blah, blah. But y'all, I'm glad to be back with you guys. I'm so happy to be back on the mic. I got a lot to say. I've been saying a lot out of studio, but it's time to get in the studio. So again, if this is your first time joining me on the Deep for the Week show, again, I'm your host, Kali. But before we get started, I want to ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment below wherever you're from. If you have any input, if you'd like to be a guest on my show, any of that, do all those things before we get started. And I thank you in advance. Again, this is the Deep for the Week show. So let's get started. Again, let's talk a little bit about me, your host, who I am, why I'm doing this. I am Kali. I'm from California. And those of you from California know me as Ro. Okay. But those of you that know me from the last 10 years, been calling me Cali from California. And I love that name. I'm going to go with that. So we're going with that. Okay. Anyhow, a little bit about me. I am a mother of 8 children. 5 of them are grown, thank God. Cause y'all get on my motherfucking nerves. And then 3 of them are at home right now. And I love them so much. Okay. The little 3, when they're little, it's hugs, it's kisses. You're so pretty. I love you so much. No arguing, all that. They do what you say. They're scared of you, all that. So yeah, I got 3 little ones at home by the ages of 11, soon to be 12, 7, and 4. And they are everything. And they are my motivation. They are the reason I do everything. And if I didn't have them, y'all wouldn't even know me. I'd probably be off the grid somewhere, living out in the field somewhere with the rabbits and the squirrels. Okay. Like on some weird shit. I am her. But I keep a sense of normalcy for them. Okay. Just so you know, don't let all this shit fool you. I'd rather not know nobody. But anyhow, I want to do this show about single parenting. Okay. That's why I started off talking about my little kiddos, because this show is about my club that I'm starting for single parents, club/charity. Now it's going to be both, because it's going to be a place soon, once I get it going, where we can all congregate and also talk and also meet and also do all kinds of things. Okay. But right now it's going to start online, and I want to speak about it because I help a lot of single parents, virtually, financially, with all kind of things, with advice, just a listening ear, all kinds of things. And so it made me say, I need to open a charity for single parents. There's so much that single parents need, that welfare and WIC and that other government agencies do not provide. Mental health. It's just hard being a single parent. Just so much more outside of finances as well that I want to provide with my club/charity. And so I call it Club WITT, and the WITT represents we are in this together, because we are. I mean, whether you realize it or not, we are. Because if they broke, you are helping them. Do your taxes. So we're in this together. And until we realize this, it's going to be a problem that we all have together. Okay. And so I realized this a long time ago. So I wanted to do something that was, I thought would help. And so I want to design this club/charity. So I want to speak more about, I have a Facebook page for it, and it's it's got probably a few hundred followers on it. I'm trying to grow it so that I can get some more resources and or donations and sponsors and grants and so forth and so on. Okay. But before I get it to that point, I also want to let you as a single parent know about it, to know that it is building, it is growing, and it's going to be an option for you soon. So look for us on Facebook at Club WITT, spelled all capital WITT, and like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever, whatever. Um, so that you can actually benefit from the whole movement. Okay. Whether you become a member, and later there will be membership fees, which will contribute to so much. Um, or you just be someone that helps. I have so many women that are already older that have retired and their kids are grown and they're like, I can't wait till you get it going because I want to volunteer. I want to help. I remember what it's like being a single parent, having to work, having no life, having no help, having no auntie help, no grandma help, no this. And so they're all ready to help. If there are in all different parts of the country too. And so I want to make this a nationwide thing. So whether you're a single father or a single mother, it doesn't matter, or even grandparents, you've taken over raising your grandparents. I mean your grandchildren. We're here to help you too. So again, I started it basically because I was a single parent. I started off as a parent at 14. And then I was a single parent by 19. And so I know what it's like. I know, and I didn't have that support from my mother because my mother was one of those parents who's like, I didn't tell you to have kids, so don't ask me for no help. I'll help you when I want to. And she never wanted to because she didn't enjoy being a parent because she was a single parent. So she did not look forward to being a grandmother. Like when we were grown, she was like, bye, don't bring your kids, don't bring yourself. And I get it. I get it. Now I can't say that I promote it or I support it, but I understand being traumatized to that point to where you don't want to deal with it anymore. Children or the whole thought, like, but I'd never, just for my children, though, I'll never be that way. Shouldn't have kids if you don't want to be a grandpa, grandma, whatever. So, but that's one of the reasons why I did that for the parents that don't have that support from their mothers and their father, that grandparent support, that family support. Because, like they said, it takes a tribe, and we are doing this shit alone, and with the government, and with schools, and that with after school programs, and neighbors, and sometimes strangers, because we have no choice but to depend on, but who's around us. And so I started this charity because sometimes you might need someone to talk to that understands what you're talking about. Sometimes you just might need the resources without having to beg. Sometimes you might need the resources without having to wait 50 days after filling the application out, stuff like that. I understand. I've been on welfare. I've been on WIC. I've been on all the shit, the bus, the this, the that. I've been through everything. Low income housing. I've experienced it all the resources, financial aid, all the stuff you get because you are low income or in a poverty income, or because you're a single parent. I've experienced it and I understand it, and that's why I want to help. But I understand it too, and it's so much more than some people may, because a lot of people have someone they can call. And I went through a lot of my life not having that. Okay. My family is not, they're not the vets oriented family. They didn't get along well. Like so I had to depend on strangers and babysitters and people I hired to help me, which cost. And I was able to pay for that because I am a dancer. I am a stripper, whatever you guys consider. I work at a gentleman's club, and I've worked at a gentleman's club off and on since I was of legal age to do so. Okay. My first times ever experiencing working in that environment, I was 17 and I worked at a private party, and I realized, oh well, and I made $730 or some shit like that working at a private party as a stripper. And that's what helped me. I became a mother again at 15, when you're not even legal to work or apply for welfare or WIC without some type of help or someone that is 18. So I kind of gravitated towards dancing because of that. Now, prior to being of age to dance, I did private parties, and then I'd worked on a work permit at BJ's and an ice cream shop, and different little jobs, but it was not enough to take care of my kid. And then I became a mother of two by the time I was 19. First child at 15, second child at 19, by the same guy, the same asshole that was not helping me, because you do not live and you learn. Sometimes it takes for you to live to learn. Yeah. And so, um, with that being said, I walked my little 18-year-old self into Spearmint and Rhino, which is a franchise strip club in Los Angeles County at the time, and I became a dancer. My life changed as a single parent. But I just think about all the women that don't have the shape, don't have the size, don't have the mentality, don't have the guts, don't have the energy, don't have the health, don't have the what you need to do what I'm doing till this day, to take me out of that income bracket of, that a lot of single parents are in, because due to, scheduling, they don't have a babysitter, so they can only work so many hours because they can only get a babysitter for so many hours. Like, some of them would like to work more, some of them have the opportunity to work more, but they can't afford the babysitter, or they can't find the childcare. And so Club WIT will provide all of this eventually. I want to have after school centers, daycares that are free, food banks, clothing banks. We want to help with rent eventually. We want to help with vehicles and transportation and with literacy. Helping people design their businesses and or resumes. You know, figuring out what they want to do. Go to school, all kind of stuff. Helping them expand their vocabulary and their literacy and their education, all kind of things, so that they can achieve those things as well. Um, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be like a YMCA for single parents, not just for kids and just the community. It's like, so that's what I'm doing this for. And again, I help people all the time with my stripper money, and so I decided to, like, make a club at, again, charity, a foundation for single parents. And so yeah, there will be fees, and once you pay the fees, like, it helps you, it's like a membership fee, but it's like, I don't want to say money triangle, because I don't want the government to get all in my shit, but it's gonna, like, we're gonna take that money, that the fees, which are very low. They start at like 25, and I think, we got it based to where, like, go to like 75 for the year. And with that, like, and once you pay your fees, you're a club member, and that allows you to get resources, such as free childcare, clothing, maybe food sent to your house, clothes for an interview that you may have, or you know just everything that comes up that you just don't have the extra means for, because all of your means are set aside to your household, which makes it hard to elevate, to change life, to better life, to get out of the situation. And I know all about it. But then again, I don't, because when I have those situations, I just go work a couple doubles. I just go strip harder. I just go do those things. Or sometimes I'll even ask one of my customers that I think is rich to help me, invest in me, believe in me, and they do, because they believe in me, because they see how hard I work. But everybody don't have those options, and promise you, my heart is still right there for that girl, that man, that grandparent that is a single grandparent, single father, single mother, that can't go do what I do, and change things within 72 hours or a week, you know. And so that's why I wanted to start this club, because I do have that opportunity. I do know of tons of rich people because of what I do, and that would contribute to this, um, and help me make a change. And ultimately, when I retire, that's what I want to do. I want to be like an advocate, you know, for single parents. And let me finish up with that. This, what better timing for this club, and Now that Trump is cutting all your resources up, you know, um, and saying, there's time limits on Section 8 and time limits on welfare, time limits on WIC, and all these other resources that people took advantage of that, were designed for single parenting. Now they're being cut because of people taking advantage of them. There's some people like myself that really took advantage of them to do the right thing. Like, I went to college. I went to school. I also went to college. I went to radio broadcasting school. I taught school. I opened a business. I've done a lot of stuff with the help I've got. I no longer receive welfare, WIC, child support, any of those things that the government help you get for over a decade or more now. So I can actually say that I am not one of those recipients, but I do understand what it's like. I was a recipient of all those things for over a decade. So I understand what it's like to live in low income housing, off of welfare, off of WIC, and it be your main source of everything. And it wasn't a great feeling. It wasn't a very secure feeling. Sometimes that shit don't come. Sometimes their system shut down and your check don't come, and you just like, so good. What do I tell my kids? There's no food on the food stamp card this month because something's going on with the system. Or I was able to go strip. Like, well, I'm gonna go shake some ass. But what do you do? And that's where my heart is designed to help the person that has no other option. And so, Club WITT, I want you guys to look more into it on Facebook. On my Facebook, it tells you more about it. It tells you like so much more about what we're going to offer. And again, we're going to offer clothing, housing, or help you get housing. Just all kind of resources that single parents need. I mean, the list is way too long for me to just go down and just list everything. But I want to introduce this club to you guys, so that you guys can definitely become a part of it. There's gonna be rules as well. No gossiping, no stealing, no lying, no arguing, no fighting. Like, this is a club that is full of love. I eventually wanted to get it to a point where we have like buildings in certain areas and you can come meet, and congregate and, you know, have someone to, cause like there's just so much that single women need, single parents need, single fathers, single mothers, single their schedule's different. Partying, congregating, socializing is different. And sometimes, socializing in a normal setting is not normal for you. You need to be able to socialize with people that you can relate to, that it relates to your schedule. I can't come, girl. I got a hot 102 fever going. That won't cut the friendship off because they don't have, like, it's going to provide so much that this show I can't talk about all in one show, but I think that you guys can understand where I'm going with this. And again, if this is something that it sounds like you would enjoy being a part of or that you need, I'm going to need you guys to go to Facebook and look for WITT. It's not going to say club. It's going to just say WITT. You can find us at WITT on Facebook. And by next year, this time, it's not a hope. There will be, it will be to a point where we're helping tons of single parents. We're getting donations. We have volunteers. It's already getting there. I have lots of inboxes and people saying, I would love to volunteer. I'm in Wisconsin. I would love to help a single mother that can't afford childcare. I'm a 60-year-old. I live in North Carolina. It's going like that already. But it's just a matter of us networking and us getting together and us making it happen. And so I'm one person as well. And I still do dance to support my family and to help support other people sometimes too. So it's a process and it's proceeding. But I want you guys I want you guys to help me help you. And how you can do that is to at least start with following on Facebook. Um because I do use my Facebook money and contributions to help with this program. I'm going to be helping two single parents this week or next week, actually. One of them is she just had surgery. She's had a tumor removed for cancer, and another just had her apartment burned down. It won't be much that I'll be able to help them with because I'm going through shit all the time in life too. Life be lifing, not just for you, but for me too. But I just know how to handle it better, and I just want to teach other people how to handle it better, and that's what this club is about as well. And so that's what I'm doing. Um, so we start off, we're gonna start off small with little donations, $50, $100, clothes, this, that, but eventually we will be so much more with your contributions, with your membership, with just everyone coming together. When you have old clothes and stuff you don't need, and when you donate and you're willing to help like that, it's a big circle of love and help that I'm trying to get started, and it's getting started. But I just need more of you to be a part of it. So if you think this is something that you need, something that you would like to contribute to, something that can help you, something you would like to help, something you would like to be a part of, something you like to volunteer, I need y'all. Okay, I'm a one man band. Yeah, but I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need some of y'all to play the other instruments. And I'm so open to help. I don't like being in charge. It's a very big job. I would love for other people to help and help me lead and help me get all this stuff done. So with that being said, follow me on Facebook on and look for WIT. Okay, it's called Club WIT. That's what I'm getting this already started and all these things and the licenses is gonna, but on Facebook it's WIT, WITT, and I am already helping single parents, with resources and things that come about. And so I suggest you guys be a part of it before it gets too big, where there's a waiting list and sign up list and an application. Right now, it's real simple. Okay. But it's going to get to that point. I believe I'm manifesting. It's going to get millionaires are going to be bringing us their money soon. It's tax write offs. And I'm going to be bringing it to y'all. I'm going to be helping y'all. We're going to be placing people in housing, giving people clothing, vehicles, food, jobs. We're going to be changing lives. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. Like, ultimately, that's what I want to do. I think that's what I was put on earth to do. I really do. And so with that being said, I started this, and that's what I'm going to do when I retire from dancing. I'm going to figure out a way to do this. That's what I want to do. And I have a background in social working and early child development and literature arts and all this stuff. And I just want to use that um, for humanity. Okay. Because I was left behind. And so I just think about the girl that was left behind all the time, the guy that was left behind all behind, the woman, just the people that were left behind all the time. I think about y'all, how y'all feel. The ones that are, you got something, everybody's not as strong as me. Everybody doesn't have the tenacity as me. Everybody don't have what I have to overcome, the things that I've overcome. And I just want to help. I just want to help. I just see a lot of potential in a lot of single parents, but they don't get to live that out because they're parenting. And then by the time they're done parenting, they're done. They're just tired of living. They just don't. It's like I'm done. My kids are grown. They're in school. I'm done. And so that's not the end of it though. You got so much more to do. You got your life to live, your dreams to accomplish, and you're never too old. Okay. And so, again, with that being said, Club WIT is where you guys want to be if you're a single parent, single mother, father, or grandparent. You didn't take custody of them kids and you're just single with it and you need help. You need a community. You need a new family. You need resources. You need somewhere to congregate. You need someone to relate to. You might need a little help with your utility. You might need a little help with your bills. Welfare is taking too long. Welfare don't believe you need the help. This club is for you. So we're just getting started. You'll see some testimonies soon on the page of how we've helped some people, and hopefully we can help you. So again, we're gonna do another show on this because I'm just blah, 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 and I'm just getting back on the mic, you guys. So I'm all over the place, but I did want to get this out here before I get too busy because it's one of the things I'm working on, and it's important to me, and it's gonna help us all. And again, it's what better timing because Trump is putting time limits on everything, but sometimes those time limits are not long enough. 2 years goes by fast. and some of those time limits are 2 years. So we're here for you guys to extend the support and the help that you may need as a single parent. And we're going to get it going. I see this by 2030 being a major, major charity that actually does something other than collect money. And we're gonna we're gonna distribute everything we get, and we're gonna make a change. That's my goal. That's gonna make me feel rich. Okay. And so that's what I really want to do in life. And I'm going to do what I want to do because that's what I do. I do what I want to do. Right, Ted? It's my prerogative. Okay. Anyways, so you guys, again, stay tuned for that. So I'm going to show you more about this, and we're going to talk more about this when I can get deeper and show you some results and give you some testimonies and get some more volunteers and get some more stuff going. But before we get that, we need your support. We need your help. We need you to like, share, subscribe on the page because I do get paid on Facebook. Okay. And I use that money for this club. And it tells you that on my Facebook. And so that's why I need you guys, even if you are not donating physically, your likes, your shares, your comments, your follows helps a family. Okay. So Club WIT is what it's all about. And it stands for we are in this together. And whether you believe it or not, I don't care you white, black, purple, blue, purple, green, yellow, gray, you in this with me. You in this with her. You in this with him because your taxes go towards her and him and them. Understand that? So until you understand that, the shit gonna be fucked up. But I understand it. And I hope you understand it. And I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to do. So again, go to Facebook and go to WITT WIT. Hit like, follow, share. Just that would help a family. Okay. And then we're going to further elaborate more on how we're actually helping as this grows, as this get bigger, and how we can help you and why it's beneficial to you to become a member of Club WIT if you're a single parent. Again, thanks for joining me, watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you like to come on the show, and you have something you'd like to talk about, I'd love to have you as a guest, either remotely or in studio. And don't forget, even if you're not a single parent and you don't need the help, just following and liking and sharing and subscribing and commenting and engaging will help a single parent, which helps a kid. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything just to hit a button. And I thank you in advance. And thanks for watching the Deep for the Week show. See you next time.